And we are live. Welcome back to another episode, Indie Brew. Every Thursday.
Indie Brew.
Let's get into the intro right quick.
Let's go.
And we back. We back. Thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's episode. It's gonna be a real good episode. I got my co-host with me in the building, AYN Shane. Say what's up to the people.
Rah. What's up? We back at it again, man. Indies. Let's brew it up. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. Hey, listen, man. Say, Rich.
What's up?
This one we got tonight, bruh. This my bruh, man. You know, I know him on a personal tip and on the music tip, man. We got the talented DB the lyric. Man,
What's
coming
good
all
with
the way
it?
from the Ridgeland area, South Carolina, Geechee. Stand up in this bitch, man. You know, DB was good, man. How you been?
Whew, I'm more blessed than I deserve, man. I'm here.
For sure, for sure.
Blessed to be in the building and you know what I'm saying? Blessed to be right here with y'all brothers, you know what I mean?
Good, good.
Yes, sir.
Man, this a little way we like to brew it up, with independent unsigned artists, able to connect, on their thoughts about the music. But I know you on a personal tip, you
Right.
know. But the world, do they know DB the lyric? Share with us who is DB the lyric.
Ah, let me start by just saying I'm probably like the the world's most illustrious ghost. In other words, like I'm out here, but I'm not really out here. So
For
I make
sure.
music. I'm hailing from like you said, from South Carolina, from Ridgeland, South Carolina.
Hmm.
Originally, I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I
Okay.
grew up in the South though, so I've kind of been down here for the bulk of like my formative years and everything else like that. And it's kind of the things that made me who I am today.
Hmm.
But bro, to the world, I'm a creator, but I'm nobody at the same time. I'm like kind of great at a lot of things. I kind of consider myself like a jack of all trades musically, but
Gotcha.
at the same time, I'm a faceless entity because my voice could go in so many places and I utilize it for so many things that honestly don't have kind of cloud attached to it and none of that. You know what I mean?
Got you, got you, got you. For sure, man. So, man, what's your writing process, man? When you cooking up something, man, what's some of your emotions you go through, man?
The writing process. Now that's a kind of multi-layered question because there's times when I'm like really really trying to etch out a really detailed idea, or you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. I'm
Got
just
you.
I'm trying to make something really really groundbreaking, and with that,
Right.
I might take time studying other artists or studying songs that I'm
Hmm.
trying to stay in like the lane of, and then that sends me to like a listening thing where I'm sitting there listening to the same like genre of music for like a week straight, just soaking it in, and then putting pen to paper after like maybe that whole week to try
Hmm.
to pin out maybe a good 16 or 32 bars and a hook that's kind of fitting in that lane, but like it's sometimes there's not even that much thought placed into it. Sometimes I can just hear something and like, okay, I got an idea, or this beat is matching what I'm feeling, so and I'll create that way. Also,
Yeah.
I make beats too. Like I got MIDI controllers and all that other kind of stuff
Yeah,
back
I
here.
see you back there, man. I
You
see
know what I'm
you.
saying?
Right.
I
So
see
I
you.
make beats too. So with that,
For sure.
sometimes it's exactly opposite to where I don't hear the beat that inspires the music, but I might mm, like have the writing in mind, and then like, okay, I need sound to go specifically with this. Like I'm not finding it nowhere. I don't know any other producer that'll make it, and I got to create from that standpoint. But writing as a whole is like my bread and butter because that's what I grew up doing. You know what I'm saying? Even in school,
Yeah.
I sucked at math, but I was a talented writer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I was horrible with
Got
numbers. I
you.
felt mathematically dyslexic. Like looking at numbers, they used to mismatch themselves on the page. But when it came down to language arts, storytelling, and even
Right.
just reading, I was good. So I try to incorporate that now into the bigger part of what I do musically.
Into the music.
Okay. So
Let me
just to
ask
go.
you. Let me. Oh, I ain't mean to
Sorry.
cut you. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Sorry,
Shit.
Rich.
Now
No,
let
you
me
good.
ask you. DB. How did you even become involved in music to start off? Just to take them back a little bit, just so the people can get to know you. You know how
Mhm.
you even became involved in music. Was it always a dream for you, or what? Or did it kind of find you?
It wasn't never a dream. I never wanted to be a famous artist, musician, none of that. I actually got my first like involvement in music in like what was it, middle school? I want to say like fifth grade. When I first got in like the band program, I was playing instruments. I started off on saxophone, and I played that for like 2 years. And I told my mom like, "Yo, I want to do something with some bang." So she switched me
Right.
over to the drums, and I learned how to play drums, and that
Got
took me pretty far for a long time. Before maybe 2000, I want to say 10 or 11. This was just after, you know what I'm saying, graduating or whatever. That was when I was like, yo, I wanna I wanna rap. I don't know why. Like I was making beats and stuff, messing around with FL Studio too at the time because like again I played instruments. So I'm like, well, I want to create some things and try to find a way to save it. But in doing that, I was making some real. Some joints sounded goofy, bro. Like I was making some real goofy sounding music, and
right.
like, but that was my thing. I just want I didn't want to be famous. I just loved the music
Just
itself,
a
and
love
that's kind
for
of
it.
Right.
what drew me to it. Then I discovered rappers that I like. Like, I like Lil Wayne. I like some of the northern artists like Talib Kweli, Nas, Joey Badass, Chance the Rapper. You was out here. I was listening to it.
Beast
You know,
Coast.
yeah, it was mainly
Oh
East
yeah,
Coast though. Mainly
yeah.
East Coast. Don't get me wrong. There's some
Okay.
down south in there, like some Outcasts and things like that. But it was
Right.
mainly East Coast artists I was listening to because that's what, for whatever reason, resonated with me. Like everybody, my friends was listening to Boosie. They was listening to like way back in there, like Master P, Silk the Shocker, all of that other kind of stuff. It was there for me, but I
Right.
was more drawn to the more poppy kind of hip hop records, like stuff that was coming like from Bad Boy, Def Jam, all of that kind of stuff in that era. That was where I was at with it.
Okay.
And I kind of I found the outlet of like rapping to be a good way to kind of express myself, and that's really what started, at least for me, for rapping it in general, like just getting behind a microphone because I play instruments, but I wasn't a dude confident enough to get behind a microphone and be like, yo, listen to me. I got shit to say. Like, nah, it wasn't like
Got you.
that. Yeah, man. So
So
that's kind of how I got started, and then the what turned it into artistry for me was when my mother took ill. This was like 2011. She actually experienced kidney failure, and I was in school. I was in college at Edward Waters. Well, it was Edward Waters College back then, but it's Edward Waters University now. The boys have stepped up. But I was
got
I was back there going to that joint, and I withdrew from school because she got
okay.
sick. But in
Got
my
you.
head, I'm just like, well, shit. I need a way I can somehow quickly get my hands on some bread so I can get her some better health care because we
Right.
coming from the country, bro. We ain't have the bread like that, and she was doing everything that she could to try to keep me in school. But I'm over here like, yo, I'm not gonna watch you just perish if I could do something. And I didn't know what was gonna do, but I was rap, which looking back on it, that shit seemed like a real bad idea. Like, yo, I'm gonna save a life with rap music, nigga. But like, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying? That was what my
rap,
heart
rap,
was at the
rap
time, because
save
that was all I
lives.
had.
yeah,
Rap
But I'm
yeah.
save
like, I'm gonna put
lives.
my heart into it. So any push that I had as an artist was really for that.
Right.
And
Okay.
it took me really far driving off of that passion of like trying to get her health care. But at the
Hmm.
same time, not everything is a perfect story. You know what I'm saying? Not everything always goes the way that we plan it. So unfortunately, she passed away before I was actually able to get her that kind of health care. But
Sorry.
now, and that was she passed in 2016. So now I'm at a point, here we are, 2025. My leg was still knee deep in it. You feel me? So
Yeah.
there was no
Mhm.
turning back on it. So here I am today. I'm still putting out music. I'm still doing what I'm doing. But like I said, the goal to be big with it wasn't there just because of the reasoning for it.
Got you. Got you. So,
I
who are
get it.
some of the artists, man? You could say that, just to piggyback on inspiration, inspiring artists, man. Who would you say your top? I'll say your top five. I can't say a three these days, man. Your top five.
My top five inspirations. Is it just musically or is it like cultural influence or all of that?
Musically.
All right,
Musically.
musically, if I have to take influences musically, I definitely would have to say Lil Wayne for sure.
Shout
There's
out to
definitely like some Tupac and some things from that
Pop.
'90s era in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've also taken from artists like Chris Brown and Drake as
Mm-hmm.
far as like the uses of melody and things like that. And honestly, this last one's probably gonna sound crazy coming from me if you know me, but probably Young Thug. And it's
Okay.
just because Thug was a dude who like remembered to have fun, you know what I'm saying, with the music and not to be afraid to kind of experiment with this joint and really make something out of this world, but people find a way to, bow their head to it. So that's my five, at least as far as influence. Can I get one
Yeah.
more?
Yeah. Get
You can
one
get
more,
one
man.
more, of
Go ahead.
course.
Michael
Get
Jackson.
one more.
Hey, that's
Michael
a good one.
Jackson.
That's a
Like
good one.
Michael had his musical capability was out of this world, and I mean I
Yeah,
don't
for sure.
know what he was capable of as far as putting pen behind paper because he had a team, like and a team of not just writers but producers and everything else, helping them to put that shit together. But bro, I've seen my man just sit up there like live and like start beatboxing and coming up
Yeah.
with it like, yo, that's what I wanted to sound like. And
Yeah.
you sitting there
Yeah.
looking, scratching your head like, bro, you came up with all of this? Like he did the ad libs and everything just now.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
right in front of
different.
your face.
So
Mhm.
that was big for me right there.
Hey, well, guess what, man? I definitely arrived with your playlist, bro. That's a good.
Ha,
That's a
that's
good
fire.
little lineup, bro. That's a good little lineup.
I mean, those are some of the greats, and I can't. Those are the kind of people that you, no matter what kind of argument you want to put up, you can't take away the accolades and the greatness of the music that they put out there. Like
I
these are
agree.
record breakers. These are people whose entire generations have followed, and not just that. Like in the case of like people like Tupac or like even a Lil Wayne, their music has transcended generations now. So I grew
Right.
up on it. There's kids right now that are growing up on it, and there's people who are older than me that grew up on it too. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody caught a different time frame of that joint. And that's fire. It's
Yeah.
timeless.
And those and those artists you named too, I also say they crossed over many genres too. They would you can't just put it in one box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
MJ did pop. You know he did rock. He did R&B. He everything. You know what I'm saying? Like so a lot of them artists even like Thug like it's a lot of pop R&B.
Mhm.
He playing with different melodies, different flows, different just experimenting. How you were saying so. I like your range of artists too. I feel like they not just one in just one box. They in many boxes or really no box. To be honest.
I mean, honestly, in observation, like hip hop is kind of like that. Like we wanted to be like hip hop is one
True.
thing, but it's really like 35 different genres of music, all set under urban marketing. You feel me? So
Yeah.
when you look at it that way, it's like, okay, these dudes over here, they rock over the slow beats. These ones over here, they rock them samples. These dudes
Right.
over here, they slowing it down. They making stuff for the girls, but all of this just rap. You feel me?
Right.
Exactly.
I
I
agree.
looked at it like that. It's like, well, I'm gonna be the every part of hip hop artist. I'm gonna be hip hop, bro. Like it ain't die. It just kind of he went to the hospital and had to get patched up a little bit.
That's it.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? It
it.
didn't
I
die
like that.
though. It's on life support though. I will say that. It feel like hip hop is on life support, but the
Yeah.
culture is fragmented.
Right. Right.
Like when I came up, like the artists that we named, right? The one thing I could say that's in common for those artists is they came up in a time where like everybody knew who they were, and like if you was listening to the radio or if you was listening to CDs or whatever, or even if your friends was talking about it, everybody had like kind of the same knowledge as the who's who and this, that, and the
Right.
third.
Hmm.
Nowadays, it's like it's been reduced to kind of echo chambers. So you might be a fan of somebody and they're the biggest artist in the world to you. Like
Right.
personally, I listen to a guy, Rex Life Rod. Shout out to Rex. You know what I'm saying? I listen to him a lot, and he gets a lot of play in my car and with some of my friends and stuff like that. And even if you go online and you check the numbers, there's millions of streams for the guy.
Right.
But people never heard of him. And it's like that's not to say that there's anything wrong with them, but the culture has kind of been fragmented off to where like, okay, these niche fans are here, these niche fans are here. There's something for everybody, and they made that a thing. Like if it's something for everybody, then that's a true thing, and the thing that's for you might not be for the rest of the world like you know it. So,
Right. I
Nah, fat.
agree.
What's bro name again?
Rex Life Raj,
Rex Life.
Raj.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Raji.
Shout out to
He's from
him.
Y'all.
California, if I'm not mistaken, from the West
Okay.
Coast.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody go follow him.
Yeah, go check
Everybody
him out.
go
He's a
go check
much
him
bigger
out.
artist than me. He's been on like you know what I'm saying the colors, the NPRs, and all that other kind of
Oh.
stuff. He's up there, but it's again this just falls into that niche kind of artist thing to where you might be the biggest thing in the world to your fan base, and that's
Hmm.
Right.
okay. It's
Right.
just your fans though, and you might not be top of Billboard, or you might hit Billboard. You ever seen it to where the Billboard charts got like some artists that's like number 45 or even number 6 you never heard of?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
but they fan base is streaming it off in that little corner of the world, wherever they at, wherever they performing, whatever festival. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They clinging to it. So I
And that's
think.
just a wave. That's just a wave now, you know. And
Hmm.
man, like back in the day, man, it was rare. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, this person do music. You know what I'm saying? He actually good. But now you got so many avenues now. It's just a wave now, you know.
Yeah, and I also add on top of that, Buzz, like this artist over here, it might be like how you kind of saying he might have his fans and he might be niche, but at the end of the day, good music is good music. You see what I'm
Facts.
saying? So
Facts.
he more than likely he putting out good music. That's why that's another thing. Like they putting out, you might not never heard of them, but it's still good music. It's a lot of great
Mhm.
music still being put out on the daily, on the. It's a lot of BS, but it's a lot of good music on the other hand too.
Right.
I think that's the most important thing overall. Is like when it's good, it's kind of an undeniable thing. Even
Hmm.
for myself, I've been in a lot of rooms where there's like 150 artists and the crowd is yawning at 148 of them, but the two
Wow.
artists that popped up someplace in that mix that actually had something really good in there ended up prospering after the fact. So you know what I'm saying, they get the follows on the social media, or even better, they get the sale of whatever project that they're pushing or merchandise that they selling. Like those things translate over when the music is good.
Right. I
But
agree.
we also are in a culture where good music is like the fourth thing on the list. Because you
Right.
got to have social media together, have your image right, this, that, and the third. You need to have your politics game up. And on top of all of that, you need to have a bag. If
Right.
you
Gotta
don't
have
have
that one.
any of these things,
You gotta have that bag, bro.
Gotta
the
have that
stuff
Yaka.
you
yaka.
talking
You
about
gotta
on the
have that
song
yaka,
don't
bro.
matter if you don't got all of that.
If you ain't got all that
You
yaka,
know what I'm
bro,
saying? You
it
ain't
ain't
got no
gonna.
yak. It ain't
You
right.
If
ain't
you
got
ain't
no
got them
yaka.
yaka, bro, it ain't
It's
gonna
You ain't
not
make
got
no
no
going. You
sense,
feel
bro.
me?
yaka.
It
And
ain't
I
gonna
know
make
that.
no
Yaka.
sense.
So me recognizing that, that's also again another reason why I choose to play the game a little different.
Got
So
you.
I start with the music first,
Mm-hmm.
and that's always gonna be my approach. Is the music first. I don't care how which way you dress it up, bro. I could put designer everything head to toe and a bunch of chains on mediocre talent, and bro still won't stay on beat. Like a Mary Jean's not gonna keep you on beat. A AP not gonna keep you on beat.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like
Right.
none of these things gonna make your bars hit. But you know that's a culture thing though. So my fans and the people who rock with me and who rock with the kind of music that I make and that I'm on, they understand that, and they would care more about the music than the other side. Versus like God, I can't even name no rapper because you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to speak negative on them, but whatever rapper you might put inside of this box, who who's kind of just more focused on money, chains, cars, hoes, whatever the fuck. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We all love all of these things too. I love them just the same.
But it gotta
Right.
But
start with the music.
that's
It
not the
gotta start with the
forefront
music.
of like I'm not gonna package that up, put that on a disc, and be like, all right, pay for it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
Right.
Because if they got all that and it's bad music, nobody's gonna want to listen to it.
Right.
right, right.
You can't. You
Now, for
can't.
the ones who tell the story, for the true artists, the true storytellers, the people, and I'm not even necessarily saying you had to have lived it to tell it, even though like I'm big on authenticity, but I do understand that some people are a great voice, like how Michael Jackson was a great voice. I
Mm-hmm.
Right.
understand that, so I'm not saying you got to be the most trill artist to the core, but have some pride in it, and
Right.
even more so, master the skill set and the craft because you know what I mean. That's gonna be what takes you.
You gotta put in them 10,000 hours.
That's
There
it.
you go.
10,000
Or at
hours.
least, at least if you're not gonna put in 10,000, at least put in 8,000.
Right.
At
Right.
Right.
1,000
Right.
hours, at least at that point, you at least decent. And
Right.
we won't send you on a freestyle and get embarrassed. I've seen that happen, bro. Like You take people to the radio stations, or you take them onto podcast platforms, or any of these other kinds of things, and they'd be like, "All right, cool, cut on the beat. Before you go, we want you to spit." And then the fact that they're truly just a studio artist comes to the light just like that.
For
Yeah.
It
sure.
doesn't do well for the
Yeah.
fans who hear it, and then they look at you when you're supposed to be Superman in their eyes, like you're supposed to be doing something that they couldn't do. But then you get out there, then that's where the talent levels kind of even out, because then they look at you and they're like, okay, well, shit, I could do that. I could
Right.
have
Yeah.
did I could have did what he did. Shoot, let me get in the studio. Let me make a song.
Let me try.
Right.
Let me go on the
Right.
booth.
And now we got a million rappers.
That's
Now
it.
everybody
That's
got a
it.
Spotify link.
Hey, guess what they doing, bro? They fucking up the rap game. They
Right.
fucking up the rap game,
Hold
man.
on. Tell them what
Them
time,
niggas
cuz.
fucking up the rap game, man. Say
Oh
Rich,
man.
say DB. I'ma tell it like it is. They fucking up the rap game, bro. They
Nah,
fucking up the rap game, bro.
They
nah.
might be fucking up. They fucking up the old rap game.
Yeah, bro.
I'll put it like that. They fucking up the old rap game in the way that it used to be. Because, like I'm saying, there's something for everybody. So the
Right.
fact that there's a million artists with a Spotify link is not a problem.
Mm,
But among all of these million links, where is actually like, where can we pinpoint the superior talent in it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Where can we find the diamond in the rough that's not the same thing that we already seen or heard?
right.
That's a
And
fact.
that's where it gets harder. It's like if it was already a million pieces of hay on the ground to try to pick through to find a needle, now it's 10 million pieces of hay, and still the same amount of needles in there.
Yeah.
Will DB that goes into my next not topic but the next segment. I think it's a great segment, great segue. How would you define success in today's music scene?
Mm,
And in particularly independent, because it is indie brew. It is Thursday. We do talk about music. So how would you define success in today's music scene? And also how would you define success in today's scene being an independent artist or just being independent?
Good
ooh,
one.
okay. I mean, well, first off, success is relative. Like, there's some people whose whole goal is like, yo, I want to get a new house. I want my music to buy me a new house. And at the point where they find a way for their music to sustain them to the point to do that, at that point, they're successful. So that's a relative thing. On a personal end, it's like we have this whole, well, it's not even personal, it's more so just the perspective thing. We have this whole outlook of the things that we want to accomplish with our music, and whether that would be just being able to live on the day to day and not have to clock in and out of a 9 to 5, whether that would be like, having enough money to retire yourself, your parents, your siblings, or whoever else you care for, whether that would be to travel the world, or if you're on the other side of that, to chart and to be one of the biggest in the world, even on an independent level. All of these ideas of success are 100% right, and they're 100% personal to the person who's chasing it. You know what I mean? I know for myself, honestly, the type of success I was looking for wasn't monetary. It was more so kind of like like a life validation kind of thing of like, yo, walking a path and then going into enough situations that tell me like, yeah, you really did it. Like, you can say that you did it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that was more the success for me than it would be for some other folks. Some other folks was like, yo, I want to make $1 million out of music. And for those folks, more power to you. I don't know many artists, and I specifically say artists that are making the $1 million out of the music, and not
Right.
just the music. Everybody got
Break
side
that down.
hustles and other
Break that down
businesses
for
and
him.
things. But
Yeah, break that down for him.
yeah, yeah. Everybody in the music industry is basically a hustler in their own right. You know what I'm saying? When you sign the deal,
True.
you didn't make it. You have to make it. Or even if you're independent, if you don't sign the deal, that's even more crunch time, because from start to finish, you gonna be responsible for how much you eat or don't eat.
One
I
hundred
So
agree.
percent.
I agree.
One
so the
hundred percent.
people out here who are making music, and especially the ones who have bigger fan bases and everything, this is why we got to sell merch. This is why we have to have all of these side streams of income. Why people have to do their interviews and their club appearances and things like that, or even school appearances, stuff like that. They have to do all of these kinds of things because they help to pay the bills.
Right.
and they help to pay the bills because that name that you made while you were working on your music doesn't necessarily support itself.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that, so I guess truly successful artists are able to live from what they create, like off of just the name alone.
Off the
But if we
creation.
look at it that way, and if we could really get some of these like spreadsheets and look at some numbers on things, we probably look at it and realize that most of the artists that we even think are successful aren't really that successful.
Hey, yeah, that's true. You'll be surprised how many of them just, man, they living paycheck to paycheck just like a regular person, man.
Oh,
With
definitely. And then
these
what's
labels
worse,
are
especially when
worse.
you
Yeah.
assign artists, what's worse is like your paychecks aren't coming weekly or they're not coming monthly. Those are
Right.
quarterly payments because
Mm-hmm.
you're getting paid from your performance rights organization. So, for your royalties and all your that's quarterly. So you have to have accumulated enough in that quarter to cover yourself for all these months until your next one.
So you
And I
better know
know
how to
you
budget
are
that money.
Yeah.
genuine. I
You better
don't.
know how to budget that money.
Yeah, man. And like again, for me, I never wanted to be a person who was kind of subject to that kind of stress because I'm not gonna lie, I don't
Right.
know if y'all know what it feel like to like know that a bill is coming and you know you working, you know you got bread coming, but you don't know if it's gonna be enough for the bill. Like being a signed artist is like living like that every single day of your life because like at any point in time they can stop listening. At
Yeah.
any point in time, you could do something that completely blows your image. And I mean, obviously, we know not to be moving like complete jackasses out here and to say or do
Right.
anything to fuck us up.
Mhm.
But mistakes happen and people change.
Mm-hmm.
So most artists, if you don't see it from the outside, I'll be the first one to tell you they got a safety net somewhere, man. And if they don't have a safety net, they'll fade off into obscurity, and you have to ask the question, "Yo, I wonder what happened to so and so."
Right.
I ain't heard from them in a long time.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
ain't heard from you yet. We know what's going on.
You
Then
know
you
how
look
many
them up
one
and
hit
like, oh
wonders?
shoot, they driving Uber
Yeah.
or they work for UPS. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that. And there's nothing. Again, there's nothing wrong with any of those jobs or any of those hustles. I support the 9 to 5 all day, every day. I feel like it's much more stable of a lifestyle than you trying to be like, yo, I'm a rapper and that's all I
Right.
do.
Right.
So
Right.
I definitely don't knock it, but at the same time, just know it's not real. The image and everything that's in front of you, smoke and mirrors, it don't be as real, bro. Cars are rented, homes are rented, sometimes spouses are
Hey,
rented. So like,
Wow.
man, that hey, say
Hey, you
Rich. Hey
go.
DB, I'm
What's
gonna
up?
tell you something. I'm gonna share something with you. Say Rich, you remember when I first told you when we was coming on this shit? I say, hey man, nah man, Buzz, you know, we about to man, when we enter this shit, this about to be one of the most fakest shits you enter in your life, boy. This
Right.
is gonna
Nah,
be
I
one of
remember
the
that.
most fakest worlds you enter, boy.
Nah, I remember
You
that.
know? And you better be strong to survive with that, you know.
What?
you kind of gotta be okay with lying to yourself
Yeah,
to a
yeah, for
certain
real,
Yeah.
for
degree
real.
because you have to put yourself around people that for whatever reason, it's not necessarily like you got anything against them, but I don't really know you enough to like you like that, but I gotta
Right.
work
Hmm.
with you and do favors for you. Like we're
Yeah,
really, really close. But then these favors, I know they mean absolutely nothing to you, but
right.
I have to do them for you because I'm hoping that at some point you'll return this meaningless favor to me and put me in a. It's a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of
if you want to play a game, by all means, power on the PlayStation, grab your sticks, and get ready to go, bro. But I don't want to play. I don't want to play the game.
This,
At least not that way.
yeah,
yeah,
this
yeah.
all real. This in real life. Yeah.
It's real.
And I mean, you got to realize like this is why some of the biggest independent, kind of like I don't want to call them unknowns because they known in their own right, but we might have never heard of them. Some of the biggest artists like that, you look at them and you be like, well, the music is okay, but how did they get up here with these folks, or how did they get around these people that they got around? And a lot of times it's good circumstance and luck playing this role,
Right.
God playing this role and everything. But sometimes, bro, it's literally just the devil's playground, and you can see the evil in the mix of some of these things. I'm
Yeah.
not again. It's not to say that
Hey
they are
man, this
bad
indie brew,
people.
No,
man.
no, bro, you telling
Yeah,
it
you
like
can
it is.
talk
What
that
you
talk on
mean?
indie brew, man.
Just
But I'm
keep it
saying not
on
that.
it.
I try to be very careful about what I say here because
Right. True.
I don't mean to speak negative on any of the people that are involved,
Right.
because it's not the people that are the problem here. It's the game. And so you know how to say, don't hate the player,
It's the
hate the game.
industry.
I
Yeah.
don't hate the players. The players are fine. Y'all boys cool. Pick up the sticks, log on, jump in the fucking group. Y'all do what y'all do as much as you want to. But the game itself is fucked, and the game requires people to be a little less than genuine all the time.
Right.
It requires people to have fake friendships. It requires people to operate off of politics. Like I remember when I was coming up, there was nights where, and this is like damn near a decade ago now, but I'm aging myself with it. Oh well, but when I was first getting on the scene, trying to make music and trying to get shows and do that whole nine, I would get booked. Okay, cool. You can come perform tonight at the showcase at the club. Da 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 da. Cool. All of that works out well and good until the politics kick in and their homeboy who didn't even, what I'm saying, everybody paid to, and that was even worse. We'll get on that in a second, paying to be on the shows, but cool.
Oh yeah.
So I pay to
Mm-hmm.
get on the show and to be on the showcase so that the people could hear me. But
Mm-hmm.
politics make it so I get bumped off the stage, even though my money is spent,
Wow.
even though my people are here. You know what I'm saying? You get bumped to the side, and none of that matters because, again, it's the politics. And I just got to eat that. My fan base got to eat that. You know what I'm saying? My team, who I got out here, or whatever money I spent, heck, I could have bought outfits, spent gas. Yeah, I do this off the 9 to 5, so this could have been a whole paycheck on this show I spent just to go out
Right.
here and try to look good for the folks.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that matters.
Just
Yeah.
that was just a learning experience in the music,
It
Yeah.
being
was. It
independent
was.
artist.
It definitely was. It taught me two things. Number one, it's all about who you know. Number two, don't be foolish enough to make yourself the free entertainment for an establishment selling alcohol. I'm going to say this again
Okay.
for
Say that
all the
again with the people in the
independent
back.
artists
Hold on.
listening. Do not
Yeah.
be foolish enough to
Tell them.
pay money to be the entertainment when you know good and well if you were to go someplace you would be paying to see the entertainment. Don't do that. Don't do it. You're gonna make yourself look dumb.
It's
And
just
even
that
worse, you
simple.
paid to get on the show. 17 other rappers paid to get on the show. The
Yeah.
crowd paid to drink.
Yeah.
They paid to listen to music and drink. So I don't know if you expect to blow up these nights. I don't even understand how these showcases are even still happening this way. But
You're
it's
right.
cool. It happens. It's fine. Some exposure, but bro, just if you're gonna do a showcase, just do a free one. Like make it to where it's mutually beneficial because a lot of these things they're just taking your money. The promoters are making away with the money, and like that's kind of how it's going. They say that
That's the new hustle.
the promoters are getting to keep the money from the door, and the restaurant's taking everything from the bar or the club or wherever you are, it's taking everything from the bar. And here you are, the rapper who really don't got it to give to none of these folks because you got to pay for studio time, travel time, clothes, beats, everything
Production.
else it costs
All
to be a rapper.
yeah, yeah.
So
All that, my boy.
then when your music gets played, this is even we can go even deeper. Us independent artists, we miss so much. When your music gets played, it's some royalties that you're entitled to, even from it just getting spun inside that building that night. Those
Talk about it.
oh
Hmm.
my bad, I just got a call in. Then I
Nah,
can
you
get back to
good.
that later.
Nah, you good.
But
You
yeah,
good.
man, it's so much different levels to how us as independent artists are missing the mark, and the game don't help. The stuff that they tell us to do don't help. The people we follow really don't help because they in the same boat, low key.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well,
and I
Shane.
mean, you can run this by any bigger artist too. Like, I want us to save this stream, clip this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shoot this joint to wherever
We
we got to
Oh
clipping
shoot it
all
yeah, oh
to.
this up,
And
yeah,
I
man. It's
promise
good
you,
oh
game.
these
yeah.
bigger artists will tell you I'm not lying.
It's good game,
Bro,
man. It's
listen,
good
it's good
independent.
game.
Indie Brew Thursday, independent, all that. But yeah, hey Shane. So same question I asked the DB though, just to just to get your thoughts on the question. How would you define success in today's music scene?
Oh man, success is just on however you want to take it, man. You got some man, whatever you put in it is what you're gonna get out of it. That's what I can
Right.
say. Um, you can't and going in this shit, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm still for. It's some dudes that tell me, man, I've been at this shit for 10 years. Whoop whoop, bro. I ain't been in the game that damn long, bro. You feel me? So I'm still learning myself. So, but I know one thing is this that I could tell somebody. The rap game and the streets is two different things, man. I
Talk
had to
about
learn that shit too,
talk
bro.
about it.
It's some shit in the rap game that, bro, I would not let a nigga in the streets get away with. But, bro, I gotta bite my tongue. I gotta, I gotta do this and that, bro, just to keep my face card good and professional. You feel me,
Talk about it.
bro? But the streets and the rap game, you can't be in too, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like when somebody say you can't worship two gods type shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Bro, you can't be in the streets and the rap game because them shits do not mix, bro. They do not mix. It's gonna be some things your street mind gonna tell you to react on this rap shit, and nigga, you can't be doing that. You know, and that shit'll
Hmm.
just burn your bridges, relationships, and everything. Man. Some things in the rap game you gotta eat. You know, that's what I could say about it. But
Take it on the chin.
the levitation of it, man, is up. It's all about what you. It's up there. It's all about what you put in it, man. You could be successful just doing a show one time in your life, and you could talk about it to your people like that shit was a Beyonce concert. You feel
Yeah,
me?
it's how it's
It's all on
how
how
do you
you
define
want it.
success? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you define success in the rap game? I mean, in the music game, being an independent artist.
Mm. To me, man, just making everything count. First of all, I feel like, man, you make good quality. What, man, when you take your time and put your hard work into things from the beat to the vocals to the shows to everything, and that you could feed your fam, I feel like that's one of the best things you could do in the world with your music, man. That's to me.
I agree. I agree.
That's to me, you
I
know.
agree.
But it's
I'm
all on what you
taking
put
you.
in it, you know.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
on what you put in it. What's
I
on your
say,
menu?
yeah. I know. I say, I define success in today's music as just being free. Kind of like what DB was saying. Like when he
Yeah.
was talking about the people who influence him. I feel like all of them was free. It was never about what the people think. It was never about the album sales. It was never about how much money. All those were byproducts, I feel. I
Hmm.
define the success in the music game is you just being free to create what you want to create.
Yeah.
No judgment. No, you know what I'm saying? No judgment. No, people can have their opinions about what you created. That's what you want. You want people to have, you want everybody to be able to articulate their own opinion about your creation, but just your creation, like, I can't do this or I can't do that. Nah, you can do that. You can do this. You can roll out your album this way. You can make a whatever kind of album you want to make. You don't have to put a genre on the album. You don't have to say it's just hip hop. You don't have to say it's just pop music or it's just rap music. It's just R&B. So
Hmm.
I feel like you truly successful in the music when you create and what you want to create.
All right. All
So
right.
that's just my take on it.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
Hey, say Rich. Hey, tell them out there. Like, comment, subscribe, follow DB the Lyric, follow Indie Brew ATL on Instagram. Y'all subscribe, like, comment, and share. Tell a friend. He's
It's
at
at
the
the
bottom.
bottom. It's at the bottom. Everything, all information at the bottom for the Instagrams. Like Shane said, y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helped the content go a long way. So,
And we thank you in advance. We love
oh,
y'all
for sure.
in
If we
advance.
didn't say that in the beginning, we thank y'all,
We
everybody.
thank y'all in advance, man.
If we didn't
For real,
say
for
that,
real.
we so thankful. But we gonna keep it moving, fellas. We gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. So next on the menu, I just want to talk about streaming real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's changed over, it's changed over DB from the like how you said it changed over. The game has really evolved. So how has streaming changed the game for artists, and particularly indie artists, but just artists overall? Just how has the streaming really evolved the game? You muted. You muted. You muted. You still muted. You still muted. Still muted. Hold on. Let me see if it's on my end.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, it might be on my end.
Nah, it ain't on my end.
Nah, it ain't on my. Nah, it ain't on your end. But Shane, while we try to get the sound going with DB, how has streaming changed the game for artists?
It changed it a lot, man. I feel like on a, definitely on an independent level, but I really feel like, man, selling records in the stores still made more money than these screens, man. You know how much people gotta scream your stuff for you to actually start seeing revenue on it? Man, like you gotta scream so much, man. Like I feel like it's really, really taking money out your pocket, really, if you ask me. But I got an old soul, man. You feel me? Like I feel like, man, them things. But records still be in stores, man. Them CDs and everything still be in them stores. So but I feel like the screaming, the money ain't really what you think it is, man. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I feel you. What about you, DB? How you feel the streaming changed the game for the artists?
All right. So first, we all good? We can hear?
We
We
good.
got
We
you. Yeah,
good.
you
All right,
good.
cool, cool. So
We do
streaming.
this, man. Come on. We do this.
Nah, it was on my end. Like my device be doing a little craziness. But okay, streaming, and how it changed the game for artists. Um, I want to find a way to make streaming be a good thing, right? And I say this in the most optimistic way that I can, right? Streaming gave the ability for people who didn't have the money or the resources up front to access a bunch of things that they couldn't otherwise pay for. So that's cool. So like let's say you wanted all of the albums from all of your favorite artists all at one time, cool. You wanted all the music that you used to listen to back in the day, cool. You got access to all of that. But what it also did was it created an environment where the music is not only like oversaturated, but it's kind of worthless for at least for the average independent artist. And I say that just because, like, again, it's like that needle in the haystack thing. We already had a big sea of things, so it was already a bunch of artists who was getting CDs pressed up and pushing their music out to the masses and doing that whole nine. Now we got the advent of the internet out here to where it made it to where now we got a million artists, and like I said, everybody got a Spotify link. Everybody has a YouTube page. Everybody has an Instagram. This, that, and the third. So it's super, super accessible. But also, these companies aren't breaking off royalties and revenue for all of these artists the same
Right.
way that they would for the bigger artists. Okay, y'all want to jump down a real deeper rabbit hole, all of
Go,
the
come
streaming
on.
Let's go. Go
services
down
that
it. Let's
exist
go.
out
Let's
here,
go.
if you really look at the paperwork, and I mean, like, you gonna have to do some deep research on this, but you'll find that a lot of the labels own large portions of all of the streaming platforms. Not just have
Right.
deals
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
but they are
I
the
heard
owners
that one.
of.
I heard that one. I heard that one.
So if you're looking at a situation where the labels own the streaming platforms and the labels pay artists to get signed to get paid from streams that they then paid you from because they own the streams, but then pay you a piece of money that they earned from the money that they paid you. You see the cycle there? You
Mm-hmm.
see how that can kind of trick itself? And now the average artist who just want to be like, yo, I just want to make $10 off my little CD or my project that I made. I just want $10 a pop for it. Bro,
Right.
you'll never be able to see $10 a pop again for that.
Yeah, you caught
Nope.
in the storm. You
You,
caught in the dead
it's
middle of the
not
storm.
coming back. And
You
then
caught it.
what's worse, you show me where you can even find a CD burner to be able to try to make physical copies now, or who got a CD player really?
Right.
They don't even.
That's
I
true.
ain't. They don't even make them in the cars no more.
That's my
All the
point.
electric ones,
It,
yeah.
So they designed it in a way to where they kind of can remove the physical ownership, and that was the thing that really mattered when people went to a concert or when they went and they bought a real physical copy. Like when dudes were selling shit out the trunk, and boys at the gas station will pop up on you like, "Yo, check this shit out." No matter what
Mm-hmm.
you gave them, think
Mixtape
like
days.
you could get your 12. You can have your project on Spotify or Apple Music right now, right? Your
Tell it.
12 songs. You
Go
have
ahead.
12 songs there.
Mm-hmm.
You could take that same 12 songs, right, and spend an hour outside of a gas station with the 12 songs on a CD. And if somebody gave you $2 for the CD that you put inside their hand, and they never listened to it, just
Go
two
ahead. Say
single
it.
dollars and
Go
tossed it out
ahead.
the window as they drove off because they felt bad for you. That is more money than you would have gotten from 2,000 streams on each one of those individual songs.
Bruh, you made a profit of $2 more than what you make on Spotify.
You been over there
Tell them,
streaming. You
DB.
been over there streaming your
And
song all day.
and they didn't get to take a percentage of it, so that whole $2 yours. The
Yeah,
whole $2.
that's $2. That $2
and,
worth
and it's
more.
coming every quarterly too.
Yeah,
It's
two
every
dollars,
quarter.
bro,
So
is
so
worth
yeah,
more, bro.
instead of you waiting quarterly for you to get 26 cents
Yeah,
on your streaming report after all of your songs, because you got to hit a certain amount, thousands of streams in
yeah.
order for you to really start making money.
Nah,
So let's say
fact.
Mm-hmm.
it was only just 2,000 plays, just
Right,
2,000 plays on 12
Right.
songs. So we're looking at uh, roughly about 24,000 plays altogether.
right.
I don't think you're gonna be able to live off of 24,000 plays.
Nah,
Nope.
it's not.
But let's say 24 people spent $10 on your joint. Now you made
Now you doing something.
$240,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just 24 people. You see how they trick you with numbers here? Because they make you
Yeah.
think like more numbers mean more money, but it don't really mean more money.
It don't
Right.
mean shit.
Right.
It don't mean
They trick
shit.
you with numbers, and more numbers really just mean more ways it gets split.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's really all that means. So I don't know. It's a game. It's a game. It's a music game. You can either be a good player of the game, you could be a bad player of the game. You could fucking learn the cheat codes and win the game. It's up to you.
But guess what, y'all? Shit, fucking up the rap game, bro. Shit, fucking up the rap game, bro.
It is
I
fucking
mean,
up the rap
so,
game.
so, so y'all feel like the streaming it is bad or good for us indie artists or for a indie
It
artist?
depends, man. It depends. Just know
I'm
that
happy it's
it's
there.
another avenue of revenue. Just put it like that. But it's not your main thing. It shouldn't be your main focus. If that
It's
makes
like
sense.
this. I'm happy it's there. I'm really, really happy that it's there. But
Right.
what I will say is that streaming hasn't done a lot for me to be able to like connect with artists the way that I would have before. So like
Okay.
a lot of the artists that I caught went to through streaming, I just know like three of their songs, and that's the couple of songs that pop up in my playlist, and I really don't care to know too much beyond that. That could just be a me thing, but it's just the way it was introduced. Like I don't have they're not doing shows in my area. None of my friends know, like I said at the beginning, none of my friends know this artist. So it's
Right.
really like it's a niche thing. and he's big in his own circle. So, is it a positive? Is it a negative? I don't know. I'm happy it's here as an indie, but I feel like it kind of stripped away the glory of being able to actually sell physicals. It took away
Okay,
ownership,
definitely.
took away personability. Because now,
Def-
face to face, the average artist face to face doesn't know how to present himself as an artist to the people, and it's just
True.
because they never had to. That's you don't have to sell yourself as an artist as long as your Instagram looks straight. Or
Right,
you don't have to
right.
sell yourself as an artist, or as long as your face is on a club poster or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to. It doesn't work the same way when the machine is behind you versus when you got to be the machine.
Well, let me ask y'all the same question, but just switching the viewpoint to the consumer side. So we always think artist first, because we the artists. So being like just kind of switching your mind to a consumer, do you think the streaming is better, or was it better before the streaming? Just from a consumer base, just for the people consuming the music, you think it is better for the consumers? Like it helped them connect more with the artists, or they can just stream their favorite artists all day. You know,
I stand on the stance I had at the beginning, where I would say like streaming, it opened the doorway for people who didn't have the money and resources to have access to all of these things right away, which is a
Right.
beautiful thing. Because some people, like I said, they might not have the money to buy all of your CDs, but they do got $10 to pay on their iPhone, or Cash App or whatever
mhm.
for their subscription to hear you, because they really
Hmm.
want to check you out. And the day that you drop, it'll be right there for them too, the same way as people who would have paid for your disc. So it's great for them. For the consumers, it's a wonderful thing. I
Right.
would not have it no other way.
That's interesting. Interesting.
I'm consumer first, man. Like, and that's why I said with music, I've never been the person who was like in it for the profit. So, in all of the ways to really just find to put it in people's hands, I'm there for
Right.
it. So,
Right.
if it was like people could use distribution websites like back in the day, we only had like what was it, CD Baby, and maybe one or two other distribution sites, or you had to be on a label
All right.
in
Hmm.
order to get distribution. Now we got like United Masters, Drop
Right.
Track, freaking Muse. We got
Distro.
DistroKid. We got all these
Yeah.
ways to get it out there to the people, which is a great. Again, it's a great thing because people need to hear it. But it's just the other side of that is like, y'all know at $10 a month, who if it's only $10 a month and all the albums is selling for $11.99, well, how
Yeah.
much albums is the $10.99 a month paying for?
Yeah.
I
But
Like you
mean,
then
said,
that's
them
a
splits, them splits.
But
yeah.
yeah, but then we go back to the other splits, because then the labels kind of own, they splitting themselves, and you
Yeah,
you
man.
know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Man.
The
man.
joint goes so crazy. There's so much
Mhm.
layers to this little thing,
You know
and I
what's
feel
so
like
crazy?
it's kind of the most beautiful abomination.
You want to know what's so crazy, bro?
Go ahead, Shane.
Bruh, that's mean like your penny, the penny that you make off your screens, definitely if you with a label, that one penny gonna see like five different people before you even see your ass. That one penny, bro.
Yep,
Gonna, you know how look, bro. Come on, man. That one penny
they
gonna
have a
see like
fractal, like a
five different people.
decimal. They have a decimal measurement. You know what I'm saying? That they break that penny down to. It's another decimal space. I'm not even sure if we got a
Right,
word for what's within a cent in real life, but
right.
they use that little microdecimal, so you gonna get like 15/4 of a cent. Like what do you mean,
Yeah,
bro? So how much money I get from all my songs in total? You made a grand total. Let me see how much streams you had. You had 1,566,000 streams, and this off of 2 albums. So your takeaway, you got $4.46.
that's it. Take
Yeah,
it.
with
And I
all
know
that
I'm
work
Take it.
in.
exaggerating. The
Go
numbers are
home,
off. I'm
bro.
exaggerating like that,
Nah,
but
yeah, them
that's
numbers,
just, you
nah,
know what I'm
them
saying.
numbers,
That's an example
them
because it's
numbers,
right. Like
one tenth off, man. Them numbers spot on.
Yeah.
you
But
got
what we got on the
$4.
menu?
Like
What we got on the menu though, Shane?
Man, okay, DB. So how's the music industry up there where you at in Ridgeland, South Carolina? How's the music scene up there?
the music scene in Ridgeland, South Carolina. I mean, So I'll tell you about Ridgeland. It's a country area, so there's not really a music scene per se. There's dudes out here do music, definitely. There's a lot of people out here creating, a lot, especially a lot of young folks. That's kind of their outlet. As far as like being a scene, like collectively, everybody coming together and making a movement, that doesn't really happen out here like that. At least
Mhm.
not as of late. Every kind of bigger movement that we had fizzled out and died for whatever reason, whether it be people lost lives or somebody went to jail or just life is happening for these young boys. And nobody's kind of got their foot deep enough into the door to where they can kind of leave the street stuff. Or, like you said, street and music is two different things, but
Right.
it's synonymous out here. So it's kind of it's a thin line to walk on with it. Um, I'm kind of in like a older big bro generation than some of the younger folks now,
I
because
got you.
now that I've hit 30 years old or whatever. So the way I look at the music game itself in the area is a little different because I'm coming from the perspective of like, yo, make what you want to make, bro. But just remember, like, there's areas bigger than where we are. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
gonna hear you in other places in the world. So make music like you want the world to hear you versus the dudes from down the street.
I
So
got
that's my perspective. But it feels like the scene they make music for each other, which is cool. But I'm
you.
not really sure if that translates to anything bigger. Like I don't know. Like y'all live in Savannah. I'm
Right.
not sure. Or you live in Savannah at least.
I'm in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta.
You in Atlanta, so that's even. I'm not even sure you've even ever heard of Ridgeland. Let alone just be like, yo, can you name
How
your
you
favorite
spell
artist from
it?
this place? And it's the same thing for you.
Ridgeland,
Savannah is
South
not
Carolina.
very far from Ridgeland. Like, we got like maybe a 45-mile at max difference between where I'm at and where you at. And over those 45 miles, it becomes crickets because nobody knows. So that's
Right.
kind of the state of the scene. It's like almost non-existent, but it's here.
But there's a lot of talent out there waiting now, man. Y'all, it's a lot of talent out there, bro. It just all
I
got to
don't
come
knock the talent.
together.
The talent is here.
It just all
It's
got to
it's
come
just
together.
there's a
That's
lack
it.
of, I guess, maybe direction, maybe it's focus, maybe it's both, maybe it's
Yeah.
opportunity. I can't really put my finger on exactly what it is that's lacking because there's been doorways that have opened for people here and opportunities have been extended. Even for myself, I've had like super grand opportunities to come my way where people were believing in what I had going on and things like that too. But the time and just the life positionings just weren't a fit for it. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you, man. Definitely, definitely. So, man, one more question, man. How would you illustrate your music? Do you sing? Do you rap? Like, what is you blended? Do you blend it all together, or like, what's your style, bro?
If I could put this thing into words, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably I'm not a singer. I give it to all of the people who can literally just with no equipment, no microphone, no background singers, heck, no music even, and can sit up here and sing notes on key and you know what I'm saying, in perfect pitch and with perfect technique. I give it to those folks. That's not me. I can't do none of that. So I commend singers on that.
I
As
got
far as like I do rap. But even
you.
like the rapping that I do is evolved from like that conscious era rapidy rap. You know what I'm saying? To where
I got
everybody was trying to say so much or have a message on the records and stuff like that. So I put together music that's slightly poetic, slightly lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Try to have my little bars and stuff in there, but it's really sharp and kind of meant to evoke thought at the end of the day. Even if it's a simple song that's about like a simple situation, someplace in there is a nugget that you can think on and be like, okay, I see where you was coming from, I see what you trying to get across there. Because at
okay.
the end of the day, the music gonna live longer than us.
That's facts. That's
You know,
facts.
it's gonna live
That's
longer
something we
than us. And
touched
put
on
something in
last
there.
week.
Give the people some value. That's what it's about. Put some value in your music. Put some value in the culture, and they won't ever toss you to the side because they know you value.
That's facts. That's
Gotta
something we
have an
touched on last
understanding.
week, man. We touched on that last week. We say, man, art is always valuable, man. You know, not just with music, but with other avenues is always valuable. You know, so
Mhm.
definitely with music. So we definitely stand behind that on music. Man, everybody, man, y'all hit that cash out, man. Y'all see it and subscribe to the YouTube. You know, all the
Cash
donation
app and
goes
below.
to a good cause, man. None is too little, none is too big. You know. Say,
All
Rich, what you
donations
got on
get
the
a shout
menu
out.
next?
All donation get a shout out. All donation get a shout out. But
Well,
yeah, next on the menu though, just to get a vibe, or do y'all record at home or in the studio, and like what's the vibe? What's the vibe? So y'all home recording, or y'all like popping out to the studio and just like, yeah, what's the overall vibe when you in there?
Ooh, I'll let you go ahead with that one first, Shane.
oh, I go to the yo. I go to the yo. I match in with with my engineer. We get cooking. You know, so I go to the yo. I tap in. What about you, DB?
Well, I do love studios and the studio vibe and the ambiance of all of that. I'm kind of a reclusive, super private, introspective little person. So I did maybe 96% of the recording I've ever done right here, either in this crib or wherever I was staying at the time, because I lived in a few different places. But I always recorded myself. Even engineering and doing that whole thing too. I had to teach myself though, because when I tried to get into studios, like I said, it was expensive. You gotta have a bag to be a rapper. I ain't have no bag. Shoot, I barely had a grocery bag, bro. So I'm out here trying to drop music, and it wasn't working. But I had a
Right.
background in like technology, and like I said, I've been messing with FL Studio since a teen. So I was like, well, if I can learn and just bridge the gap into things that I don't know, and then the sound that I want, maybe just maybe I have a fighting chance at putting out music on that kind of a level. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I can't take away from the studio. The studio is a beautiful environment. You get to be in there with a lot of different minds that you probably either you wouldn't have had a chance to creatively mix that way with, or you might not have ever even met altogether. 'Cause, like I've been in just sitting in sessions, you'll people come in and out
Yeah.
that you never know who does what. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that shit is a beautiful thing, but I'm sadly not the person to take my own advice and be a part of all the beauty.
Right, okay. You a home you like to cook up at the spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I just like to cook up alone. Honestly, it don't even always have to be at home because I've learned ways to record. Like I could record a song in the car. Like we can literally have a whole recording session in a 4-door Honda Civic, bro. Right now, I promise you, and it's
Right,
gonna come out sounding butter.
right.
Wow.
But it's just that being able to have time to fuck up, have time to experiment with different things, and it's not on your dime. It's not on your in.
DB cut out for a minute, but yeah, I definitely know what he's saying. Like when you
My
just
bad.
cooking
My,
up
my
at the
phone
spot.
is going crazy.
You
It's funny because my phone never really rings like that on the regular
you
basis. But as soon as I get
you
to the
good, but
podcast, everybody
yeah,
want to blow me up. It's like
come on, man. It's
it's
indie
funny.
brew, man.
It's
It's
Indie
indie
Brew. We
brew,
brewing it
man.
up,
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
man.
We
I
brewing
don't know
up,
where you
man.
at.
Brewing it up, man. Come on.
Tell us,
Yeah.
bud.
Can you
We
hear me?
brewing up.
We brewing it up. But yeah, man, I definitely. What about you, Rich?
Uh, I'm gonna say if it's for like okay, so I'm like 50-50. I'm like both of them. I like to cook up at the spot because I like kind of how like DB was saying, you kind of like in your own little vibe. It's just you, or it's just whoever you got at the spot with you. It ain't really like I feel like the studio you is almost like you performing. Like when you're in that like you can't go in the and just
It's a
say
different
whatever,
feeling.
do whatever, cause it's too many people in the right now. It might be, when we go to the it might be 10, 20 folks in there, people running around the lobby. So it's like you almost gotta be on point when you go to the versus when you at your house. I feel like it's
Yeah.
way more relaxed. And I kind of use the house, the home studio is like not the practice, not practice round, because you can make incredible music at home. But I feel like the home studio is more just like kind of like how DB was saying. You kind of like can play with the bars. You can be free. You be way more freer. And then when I go to the studio, I'm using that more as like, okay, I'm coming in here like I ain't playing. I got like at least I'm coming in at least like with 10 bombs, like bombers, like bomb, 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 hitting you over the head, bomb, put this on the song, bomb. I got something for this one, bomb. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when I go to the it's just it ain't no playing, around. It's like almost, it's like having the court at the house, and then you putting on your jersey, and it's like game night. Like, yeah, yeah. When we go to the yeah, it's like game night. Yeah, I'm coming to, cause you never know who in there. You feel me? You never
Right.
know who in there, so you just gotta always just go hard when you're in the Like, go
Right.
hard when you're in the First, like I said, when you at the crib, you can say a crazy bar, or you can say a crazy line or two. Be like, that would, but so that's me. I'm like 50-50, but I mean, if I had to choose though, I'm going to the every. I feel like the get you is like
Get you
game
in
night.
that mode.
Yeah,
Get you
get
in
me
that
in that
mode.
mode. Yeah, sometimes at the house I be too on chill mode. 'Cause it's too much of my comfort zone. Versus
Right.
that like I don't care who in here. I'm about to go crazy. You can line them all up in here today. Like, come on, let's run it. What we doing? Yeah,
Right.
we cooking up today. But yeah,
Say DB. So man, before we check out of here, man, what we could be on the lookout for, man? You
I
got
had
any
one
big
more question for
projects?
DB. Dang, I had one more question for him. I didn't know you was about to wrap it up on him.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
DB got to wrap it up. You got to wrap it up. You got time to answer one more.
Yeah, man. One more.
I got one more. This is a good one. This is a good one to leave off on before we wrap it up on. Do you prefer live performances or studio like recording? So you like the recording process, or you more so like you like to see people reaction when you perform? What's your take on it? The live performance or the recording process?
Honestly, it's live performances. Because in live performances, that's where you get to really convey the true energy of what you're doing. The recording is kind of like you trying to take a snapshot. Like I'm taking a picture, and it's almost like me hitting the pose. Like I can either hit the strongman pose on you real quick and put the muscles up and show you it like that,
Right.
or you could just come here and you could just watch me savage some shit and live some crazy shit, and you see the strongman and you really understand. So that's really what it's about. Like you won't get the full picture until you see it live. You
Okay.
Right.
Got you. Okay.
Sure.
That makes
What
sense.
about you, Shane? What about you, Shane? You like the live performances or you like the recording process?
Uh man, I really go with both because they really are tied because man, when I record it, man, I can get in the mode that I'm down performing, you know.
Right.
So man, it's kind of neck and neck with me, man. But um it's just neck and neck with me, man.
I
I
feel you. I feel you.
because
You
you
can't. You
I
can't
give
pick.
the
You
I
same
can't
feel
pick.
like the recording process is for us. It's like for
yeah,
Yeah,
us.
that's
It's
what I'm trying to
I'm
say.
going with recording. I'm going with recording.
Recording,
I'm
okay,
going with recording. I like to just record, bro. I
it's
like
okay,
for
the live
us. That's what I'm
performance. Yeah.
saying. As artists, we love that recording side of stuff
Yeah.
because that's what we get to have the most
yeah,
fun
we
at.
can tap in and
Performing
everything.
live is work.
Yeah,
That
Right.
shit is
Right.
it's work to
you
try
gotta.
to
right.
to try to sell yourself to
right.
somebody. But getting in
Yeah,
here and getting all the way into yourself as the character, like
Man,
yo,
come
I'm
on.
about to be me crazy. Like yeah, this is
Right.
fun.
right,
right.
I
right.
get you. I
I
feel you
agree
on
that.
that
I agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
big time.
So man, what to be on the lookout for you on, man? What you got coming? You got anything coming this summer?
Whew, things coming this summer. Just new music. I make no promises on anything. Just know that I'm gonna drop great music for you, and I'm gonna put my entire soul into it. And if like you choose to put an ear to it, then you're probably gonna smile a little bit. If not, then you know what I
Okay.
mean. Your summer's probably gonna suck just a little, but it's all right. I got
Oh,
you covered because during the fall time, well, after the summer's over with, I got
oh
fall
yeah.
music coming too, and then we can get y'all warmed up for the cold season because we're gonna have all of the nice bangers for that too.
For sure.
Summertime is a weird time because everybody just really, really wants to have fun. And like I said, my
Right.
brand of music is it's fun, but it's a little less than that. So go ahead and get your fun out the way, so I can talk to you about some real shit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, bro. Well, man,
Mhm.
we ain't gonna hold you up too longer, man. You got any advice for any independent artists out there, man? What can you
Yes,
brew
I
up
got
for?
some advice for all the independent artists out here.
Brew it
Don't
up.
take niggas' advice. That's my advice.
And don't fucking
Because
rap that.
85% of the people you talk to do not know what the fuck they're talking about. And a lot of the times, their path is not your path. And you just going to sometimes just have to walk that thing for yourself and see where it goes, bro. So
That's it.
that's my
That's good
advice.
advice.
For
Great
sure.
advice.
DB the lyric, man. I appreciate you
DB.
coming through, man. Pulling
Yes,
up,
sir.
man.
I
It definitely
appreciate you
was a
having
good
me.
brew tonight,
It's
man.
always a pleasure. If y'all ever want to do this again, let me know. We
Yes,
can
Oh,
talk
for
sir.
this stuff
sure, for sure. You
anytime.
you
Yes,
are
sir.
inaugural
Double
guest, so
salute.
you gonna be a recurring guest. You don't get
Woo!
you are inaugural, so you recurring.
You
You
For
might
got me
just do
sure.
a
locked
whole
in.
DB segment now. You might just gotta tap in now.
Hey
For
man,
sure.
I'm with it. I'm always happy to share an opinion. That's all they are is opinions. I know I'm nobody in the big scheme of things, a speck of dust in the wind, just like everybody else. But I feel like if any of these things can help the next artist or inspire someone, then by all means, y'all take this gem and run with it.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
what it
sir.
is.
Well,
That's
man,
what it
thank
is.
y'all for tuning in. I'm AY and Shane. Be rich, DB the lyric, and we brewed up.
Y'all boys take it easy.
Yes, sir.